There's no shortage of writing advice available to the public these days, but there's one thing everyone making lists or writing lesson plans can agree on, and that is the exception. Don't use run-on sentences unless you're Nobel Prize winner Laszlo Krasznahorkai, whose latest novel has a sentence that lasts hundreds of pages. Punctuation is extremely important unless you're Cormac McCarthy. Don't let your third-person point of view jump from person to person unless you're Eleanor Catton. In that case, you might win the Man Booker Prize, fiction's most famous award for novelists. It's not that commandments about grammar, sentence structure, character dynamics, first lines, plot structure, etc. aren't valid. However, they do clash with the one real rule in writing, which is that you can do anything, absolutely anything you want to do in fiction, if you can pull it off. That phrase will mean something different at various points in the writing journey. Pulling it off might mean writing for yourself and enjoying it. It may mean giving your stories to your friends and having them want to read the next one. Pulling it off might mean writing something that gets you an agent or gets you published. It might mean having sales on your new work be good enough that your representation doesn't quit on you. Pulling it off might mean writing your magnum opus and it getting placed on the shelf among other masterpieces. However, the bottom line is that you can read every piece of writing advice in existence and write something that checks every single box you found, and your project could still be absolutely terrible and get you nowhere. And that is completely possible because whether it is a short story written only in numbers or a slice of life novel that follows all the rules, the only thing that really matters is if your target audience enjoys it. Whether you're writing for fans, yourself, agents, your editors, whoever, whether you play by the rules or break every single one imaginable, if your audience enjoys it, congratulations, you have pulled it off. Part of doing this is tackling projects that match your skill level. Part of it is just time with the pen, and part of it is experience with your audience. Try going from writing thrillers to a sitcom writer's room, and you'll learn a lot about what you can and can't write successfully. The fact is that there are things master writers like Stephen King couldn't do well. Same with the South Park guys or Chekhov. The gun going off in Act 2 just isn't good advice in a kid's book. The point here is that instead of trying to execute Joe Ryder's 10 rules of great novels, you should be learning exactly what you can pull off. I have pretty strong feelings about sharing work with other writers, so that's definitely not what I'm suggesting. Instead, I would suggest focusing on what readers think. You know, the people that are actually going to consume your writing. If you know someone who reads a lot, give them a short story and see what they have to say about it. It'll probably be much more useful to you than a list, and you'll start to get a grip on what rules you can get away with breaking. Readers care a lot less about rules than you think. They just want an enjoyable narrative. Which brings us back to what is, in many ways, the only real rule in writing, something that looms over everything else. You can do anything you want to in fiction, I mean anything, provided you can pull it off. What about you? Do you disagree? Do you have other barometers for writing success? Let me know in a comment, and if you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Matchstick, and you can find more about me and my stuff via the link in the description. Peace.